Good morning, everybody, and happy Wednesday. How's everybody doing out there? If you're with me here, either in Discord or on YouTube, go ahead and drop an emoji or say what's up. Let's see who's with us so far this morning. It is Wednesday. It's hump day. We got some data out this morning. They're going to be trading live here on stream. It's going to be exciting. Morning discount. Hey, EQ. It's going to be some exciting stuff here. Very, very exciting today. Hey, Smooth, good morning. Hey, Apex. Hey, Remy. Hey, Lost on the Way. Hey, everybody. Just getting all set up over here. Make sure I get all my accounts all set up to be copied here. Hey, ABB. How we doing? So yeah, market, big rebound here. We hit these lows in the Globex session here. Down here at this low level of 590 here. Wow. So yeah, lots of big movements have been happening overnight here, especially in the NQ. It's been a beautiful trade overnight, but unfortunately, in my time zone, I am unable to trade those types of moves there. And so it's been pretty difficult to catch those types of moves, but we've been making it happen here in the live stream. So coming up in 10 minutes here, we do have the September ADP non-farm employment change, and that is the precursor to what we're going to see here on Friday. On Friday, we get the non-farms payroll, which is going to be tremendously important to the markets. That's going to be a heck of a lot of volatility is going to be introduced on Friday. But today is going to be very important as well, especially this morning. So in about 10 minutes, we're going to get that printout. We're going to try to trade either, depending on how the setup is, the afterglow of that print, or that print will have a position on with a stop and try to catch that move of the print. I mean, so far the market's really rebounding here. We're back up in these levels. Let me switch over to the chart here. So we have an order block that's formed right here on the 15-minute. That's potentially we could come back into and encroach. And that would be a really nice setup to the long side there. That's a bullish order block there on the 15-minute in the NQ. So what I'd really like to see is the price come back down into that level, and then we can take a long there. Will we get that set up right here on the stream? That's TBD. We could easily just rip much higher too. We do have a bearish order block right here as well. And so, a lot of different areas on the chart to be watching right now. And it's going to be pretty unlikely that we're going to be taking a trade leading into the newsprint. Maybe a scalp, but I doubt it. But I do see that we have about 30 of you folks in here. If you don't mind, do me a favor, go ahead and click that thumbs up button. We only got 11 likes here. Let's drive this up to 20 likes while we're waiting for this print to come out. Just hit that thumbs up button. Make sure you are subscribed to the stream. We're trying to get over 700 subs this week. We're well on our way. We're very, very close to get to 700 subs this week. So really appreciate the support for the channel. We've been growing rapidly here, and you guys have been really enjoying what we've been doing here on the stream. If you look back at all of the archives here in the past couple weeks that we've been streaming here live, we've been doing really, really well here in the live streams. I'm not going to try to jinx today, of course, but we've been doing really, really well for the live stream so far, and we hope to keep that rolling here. Hey, Trader Pixie, good morning. Great to see everybody this early. And like I keep saying, we are going to have one of these streams here. We're going to have it where we end up trading all the way through the open. So usually the stream goes from 8 a.m. until 9 a.m. We're going to have a stream where we go from 8 a.m. all the way through 10:30 or so, somewhere around that time. Today is an important day because I'm going to be streaming today here on YouTube from 8 a.m. until 9 a.m., as I usually do. But then after that, I'm going to be streaming again live on Top Step TV at noon Eastern time. So you're going to want to make sure that you tune in for that. I'm going to be one of their guests on their show there. So that should be a lot of fun today. And if it goes well, maybe we'll continue doing that as well. It'll be a lot of fun. So excited for that. So outside of the jobless claims that we have not jobless claims, the ADP data that we have, the non-farm employment change, they are expecting, the estimation, I believe, is 155,000. So we have a pretty cool estimate. We're expecting that to be cooling. And I think that's why the market is perking up in anticipation of that to be a cooler print. And if that persists, I think that the market can go higher. We may have temporarily bottomed out here around that 608 level there in the NQ. And if that's the case, we could see our way much higher today. We do have a lot of liquidity to the top side to retrace here. In fact, seeing us back up into the mid 900s today would not be out of the question. It could absolutely happen today on the NQ. So we're going to be watching this throughout the day, trading it in Clubhouse, of course, and seeing if we can get some nice alpha today in the NQ. This week is all about the non-farms data. So we have the non-farm employment change out today. We have the unemployment data tomorrow. That's the jobless claims tomorrow. And then on Friday, we have the non-farm payroll. And that's going to be the big print of the week. We also have today, for Wednesday, we do have a few Fed speakers. Most of them are speaking right around the 10 a.m. hour. So there's going to be a lot of volatility, not only at 8:15, but there's going to be a lot of volatility at the 10 a.m. hour. And of course, that's Eastern time. So today is going to be an extremely volatile session. We're going to have a lot of trading opportunities today. You just have to be very, very patient and wait for them to come to you. So we'll see what this data print brings to us here. See if we can trade any of it. I'm just making sure I'm all set up here across the board. It looks like we're good here. But yeah, that data print is due out in about 5 minutes here. So less than 5 minutes, we're going to get that print. And we are expecting that print to be a cooler print than last print. I believe the last print was 170 something thousand. So prior was 177,000. The expectation for this print is 150,000. Trader Pixie says, I'm long NQ average 736. Very nice. Where are we at right now? 743. Very nice. It's up about 6 handles there. Very, very nice. Yeah, so make sure if you are trading this into the print, make sure that you do have a stop loss in place, because this can be an extremely violent print. Based on the way things are going, it's just kind of holding up here. I don't think that I'm going to take a trade before the print, but I might take a trade into the print. So the expectation is 150,000. We're going to be looking for, if it comes in cooler than 150,000, if it comes in, say, 140, 130, 120, I think the market will rip and rocket up. So we're going to be listening for that print. The worry is if we try to chase that print to the top side, that we might end up getting a really garbage fill. But I'm going to have stops in place to protect ourselves if we are going to have a very soft print here. If it's higher than 150,000, I could see the market coming right back down. If it did come right back down and we saw a little bit of weakness and we came back down into this 15-minute order block here, that would be super advantageous, that we could potentially take a long from that if we get a nice little pullback, and then we can go long from there. So those are the situations that I'm kind of looking at, the different scenarios here for this print. Trader Pixie says, hoping to hold through this print. Well, good luck. I hope you do well. Hopefully it doesn't whip you out of the print, whip you out of your position rather on this print. 2.5 minutes now until the print. 2.5 minutes. Again, expectation 150,000. The prior was 177,000. You're looking for, to the top side, we're looking for a cooler print to rip higher, and to the market to see it roll over. We're looking for anything over 150,000. That's how the market should react here. So good luck to everybody who's going to be trading this print. We'll try our best here and see if we can navigate through this. So less than 2 minutes now, less than 2 minutes until the print. We just got over 20 likes on the live stream here. Thank you very much, folks, for hitting that thumbs up button. Really appreciate it. So we are holding that level too, that 728.5 level. We have been holding that. So we're right at the cresting of this level here. Let's see how this print is received in the market. If it's in line with expectations, I still believe that we could probably find some more upside. So if it comes in at at 150,000, I think that we could potentially explore some more upside here. But let's see how the market wants to take this. Less than 1 minute here, less than 1 minute. So expectation 150,000 again. Prior rating 177,000. We are 20 seconds away. Good luck, everybody. $89,000. Very, very cool print here. So watching here. Nice push. So very nice low print there. That's one of the lowest prints we've had in a hot minute here. We are holding above 778 for now. I'm going to close it right there. We are kind of cresting out. And we did catch that a little bit late. You could see, shoot, you guys didn't see that at all on the chart there. Hold on, let me, there we go. Switch this over here. There was our trade. We got a pretty unfavorable print there. But we did get in, we did get long there. And we did end up trading that across 3 accounts there. So that's putting us on the board to start our day, up $861 there on that print. Nice work there, Trader Pixie. Way to go. Anybody else catch that print there to the top side? Nice job. So coming back down a little bit, we did kind of crest up above that 778 level. We are in this bearish order block now. So let's see if the market wants to come a little bit lower here. So nice reaction to the top side. It came in at 89,000. That's the lowest print since January of 2022. So like I said, very cool print. If it came in cooler, we'd have that move to the upside. And that's where I took that, that long there. So it is kind of holding these levels here, seeing if we get a setup for a second trade. So that was only on one lot there. One lot copied across 3 accounts to make 861 bucks there. So we are kind of holding, like I said, in this order block here to the top side. I do want to see how it kind of makes its way out of that. Let's see. Discounts. Didn't even see you get in. Happened so quick. Yeah, it was a quick one. Very, very quick. And I had my e-signal set up that you couldn't see the actual trading chart over there, but you could see the position that I had on right above me. That's where experience as a momentum trader comes in. Trader Pixie says, I kind of wish I held on plus 930. That's a great trade right there. Because we're in this bearish order block here, I'm kind of having the caution flag out. I think that we could potentially sell down from this area. So I'm just waiting for the setup to see if we have anything in the way of a setup here. It is interesting how we came up to that area perfectly in that order block here, and now we're being met with sellers. I really would like to see another test up above that 78.25 and a reject there. That would help me have the confidence to go short. We're right back where I actually got my first entry into this long. And we are kind of selling off a little bit here. So market reacted favorably to the top side there, but I mean, not a whole bunch. We're talking about 40, 45 handles here. So not a whole bunch. I'm just seeing if we're going to remain weak through this here. I'm going to take a lot short here. Just as we are breaking down. I want to put my stop around that 80 level, actually. Yeah, but we are coming down here. Let's see. Holding those 60s, but watching here. I'm going to take a second lot here short, gunning for that 50 level. So if we tap 70 with weakness, I'm going to add another lot short there. So watching. Watching the 70 tap. One more ad there. Now I want to see it pull down through the 70s. Watching the 70 fail. Now, if this does hold up through the 70s, and we do have our stop right below 80 here. We may get tagged here. I might want to go 81-ish. So watching here. All right, stopped out there. So we're trying to get that 60 failure. I might tag this short again if we have failures up again. We're right at this 78 level. You can see this right on the E signal. We're right at that 78.25 level. So if we have weakness here again, I will take this short. It's looking a little weak here. So just watching. There's a bit of liquidity up towards 85. Seeing if they're going to go for that or not. Starting back in here. And I want to add aggressively down in through the 70s if we get that pull. Okay, there's the 70 pull. This would be a big break in that liquidity to the downside, that 70 area. Five out right there. Putting my stop down right above this bar. Whoops, that put me long by accident. Taking that out. All right, so covered that position there. I was trying to cover two lots and it put me in two lots long because it hit our stop simultaneously as we hit that order. It was just the timing of it. It came up and touched our stop there. So that puts us at 396 there on the day. So gave back about $500 through that shuffle there. So watching again, if we have that weakness through these 70s again. Still looking a touch weak here. I'm going to take another lot short. As long as we're weak below the 70s, I'm confident in this position. Can actually keep my stop right about there. Anticipating now the 65 break. There's that 65, big chunky orders there. Some bidders showing up right below 65, but let's see if we can actually sell through those. Again, testing low 60s. Okay, nice. Out half. Now coming to VWAP test. And we're going to cover right there into that 55 area. Very nice. So that puts us up now $2,000 on the day. So just kind of playing this range here after that print, the afterglow of that print. Looking for that weakness, like I said, below the 70s there. And below 70s, targeting that 55-ish area. So a little bit scalpy here this morning. And we talk about this often here on the stream, where some days it's going to be squeezing water out of a rock. We got that really favorable print there to the top side. But when we had that weakness, and again, we're looking at this bearish order block here to the top side, and you can see how beautifully we wicked through that order block there. So we mitigated the order block and we came right back down, and I'm targeting weakness coming back into that fade of 746. Obviously, there's some liquidity over here that we're going to have to get through, and when we're playing this scalpy, you know, we have to make sure that we're anticipating certain pulls of liquidity. If we're looking at the book map here, you can see this is where my cover was, right down here in this area, because we have big chunky orders coming in and supporting the bid there. So any questions about that trade there? And I always say this too, you know, it's not about having pretty charts. Sometimes they're going to look a little bit messy like this, but the idea is still there. You know, sometimes you have to get scalpy if you're wanting to make money. You can't just sit and hold the whole time, because look, if we would have held our position, you know, you can see right here on the book map, had we held our position down here, we would have given back all of our gains there. We're back at the 70s now. Can we scalp this again? Yeah, definitely. But the way that the tape is moving around right now, I think that we're just going to get a very snaky shuffle through this area of liquidity right now. So I think it's just better to hold off until we have some better areas of liquidity that we can approach here. I really like that flush back down into that 55 area, because we have these targeting the lower end of that wick, but we broke this area right here, which gave me the confidence to kind of hold down into those 55s. I feel like I'm blowing up YT comments with talking over here now. That was insane, Ribs. Thank you. Appreciate you. I see we got 36 of you folks in here. If you guys are enjoying the stream and these trades here, make sure you hit that video with a thumbs up. Let's see if we can get over 30 likes here on the video. Since we got over 30, almost 40 of you folks in here, let's see if we can get that. And make sure, again, you're subscribed to the channel, because we go live every single morning here at 8 a.m. And it's a lot of fun. So we're just kind of waffling around this range right now. Just kind of chopping around here. I'm going to drop this into the 30-second chart so we can actually see what's going on here. There we go. So it looks like we're going to be keeping the stream streak alive here. And I will be excited too when we get to trade, when we have an extended stream where we actually get to trade much longer. Nice work there, Smooth. Looks like Smooth made $940. Discount, well done, everybody. Seeing you guys putting up big numbers. Discount up $3,000. Smooth up $940. Trader Pixie up $930. Way to go, everybody. Really nice trades there. So yeah, this is the type of print where if you didn't catch this move to the upside here, if you didn't catch that, you can see this is my entry right here, that blue triangle right there. That's my entry. That's my take profit. And then we tried this short. We got stopped out. And we had our stop just a little bit too tight there. We almost got top ticked on our stop. If we would have just put our stop a little bit higher, probably should have been around that 85 range. But we didn't take any time to wait. We entered right back in there, covered quickly, entered the short again, covered again right there. And that puts us up $2,017 on the day right there. So very happy with our trades here. Likely not going to take any more trades this morning, but we'll look for any opportunities if they arise. For instance, if we were to break above that 785 level, 790 is the hourly high. So if we were able to break above that 790, I'd be interested definitely in taking another trade. If we were to break below the 55 area, I'd be looking at an approach. I'd want to see this actually touch and interact with our 46 3/4 level, because that's a lot of liquidity is resting at that level. It's a very important price action level. So if we actually came down, we broke that 55 to the downside, testing that 46 3/4, that's where I'd want to be. That's where I'd be looking at. So those are the two ranges that would invite me into a third trade here. But for the time being, I'm just going to be hands off, as this is kind of creating a sine wave snake pattern up and down here. And that's it's good for scalping, but I feel like we completed our mission for scalping here. I think that making $2,000 on that tight little range is good enough. So just watching the price action here, you can see it. This is the Ninja Trader chart. I use Ninja Trader to trade. I also use so this was copied across 3 Top Step accounts. And if you guys aren't familiar with Top Step, there's links in the description right down below, where if you've never traded futures before, there's never been an easier way to start. You can start trading as soon as today, and you don't have to put up your own capital. When I first started trading futures, I had to risk my own capital, and boy, was it expensive. Because when you first start trading, you're not good at it. And that lasts for sometimes years. And Top Step allows you to trade these markets without putting your own capital at risk, which I really appreciate. And it's a really great program that they run. And if you do well, they fund your account for you, and you get to keep basically all of your profits. The first $10,000 in profits, you keep 100%. After that, it's a split where you make 90% for yourself and then 10% for them. And they continue to fund your account for you. So it's a really cool deal. Are there instructions somewhere on how to copy accounts? Smooth asked that in Discord here. We can go over that today in Discord. There's a thing called Replicanto for Ninja Trader that you can actually use. What should I learn first after technical analysis? Price action, reading price action. And that's one of those things where, you know, I've been watching Bookmap for well over 10,000 hours now. I've been watching it for years and years and years. I was one of the original users of Bookmap when it first came out. I've been watching it for so long. It's a great way to watch price action. If you don't have Bookmap, you can watch the time and sales. That's traditionally what the tape is, and the level 2. And that will give you a lot of the information that you need to sort of preview after looking at technical analysis. Technical analysis is good, but it's not the end all be all. You want to try to get as many strategies under your belt as possible, because they are all applicable at different periods in the market and different cycles in the market. But that's a great question there, John. I'd also look at smart money concepts. I'd look at auction theory as well. And there's a whole world. I mean, there's so many things, but stick to futures, if anything. Futures has some of the most clean price action, and you'll be able to learn a lot from trading futures that you can bring into other areas of the market. So if you want to transition from being a futures trader, or you don't even have to transition from it, but you can add different products into your arsenal. So maybe you're trading futures and you're also trading equities, small caps, large caps, and maybe you're also trading options. Maybe you're trading currency pairs. It's you know, the world of trading futures will teach you to be a better trader across different avenues of trading and different products. Apex says, all right, I'm up 600 pre-market again. Maybe same mistake result. No, you're not going to do that. You can combine XFAs or a mix of both. Yeah, you can copy as many accounts as you want. Yeah, for combines, you have to pass all 3 accounts. Every account that you pass, you don't have to pass them simultaneously. You can pass them at any time that you want. So you could be trading two combines at once, 10 combines at once. You could pass one of them, 3 of them, whatever you want. There's no real limit on that. You can trade an infinite number of combines, but the most number of XFAs, which is express funded accounts, that's when you go from being a combine trader to a funded trader. That's the one where you can actually take payouts. You can trade 3 accounts simultaneously. That's the maximum amount you could do. Once you trade the XFAs for a while, they put you in a different account, which will actually allow you to trade 4 accounts. So 3 XFAs and 1 live funded account. So technically, you could eventually get up to trading 4 accounts with Top Step. But for ease of explanation, we'll just say it's 3 accounts. So that's it in the way of data this morning. We do have the PMI coming out at 9:45 today. So it's really honestly just going to be pretty much price action trading and market structure until then. And we're going to be waiting until 9:45. We get the PMI. And then at 10 a.m., we have a whole mess of speakers that are going to be speaking. And that's going to be very exciting. So here we are. We're pushing back up again to that hourly high. This is where I said I might be interested in taking a third trade. So I'm just watching here at this hourly high now, this push up to the top side here. We are very close to tapping that hourly high at 90.25. And that ends up being the top of the order block there as well. But it's been mitigated already. That's the thing. So if we drop this down in like a 3-minute time range here, you know, if this ends up being broken out to the top side here, then that becomes a breaker block. That's something we're going to talk about. We do webinars here in the Clubhouse, and there's a link in the description if you want to check out Clubhouse. But we do webinars in Clubhouse. The most recent one we talked about was order blocks, and that's why I'm featuring them so much on the stream here. And we are doing an advanced order block strategy session tomorrow in the Clubhouse for Thursday, and that's going to be really exciting. We're going to go over all of the setups that could be introduced by using order blocks here. So really nice morning session here. Very happy to trade what we did. We're seeing this now kind of cresting out at these hourly highs and sort of rolling over here. So would like to see if this kind of exhausts. If we see some exhaustion, perhaps if we break below the 80s, could potentially take a smaller short here. But like I said, I'm very satisfied with our trades this morning. I think we had 2 winning trades and 1 losing trade. So very, very happy with our performance here. A question I get a lot is, when do you know that it's time to be done for the day and lock it up? Well, generally speaking, there's a couple different ways that you can approach it. If you're a newer trader and you're having a lot of trouble where, let's say in the mornings you make money, off the open you make money, and then throughout the rest of the day, you spend the rest of the day donating all of that cash back to the market and maybe even a little bit more on top. So that's a common one that we actually see in Clubhouse. There's people who will trade, they'll have a great successful morning, make a bunch of money, and then end up giving it back throughout the day. And it's not by their fault. It's a very common trading problem. It's very, very common. I used to do it all the time. All the time. I would have a fantastic session. I'd be filled with euphoria. I'd be so happy about my wins. And I'd take that attitude into the market. And then I'd start to get very bullheaded in the market. Not bullish, but bullheaded and stubborn. And by doing that, it would really cloud my judgment. And I'd be filled with euphoria and taking all sorts of crazy trades, realizing that I didn't really have a setup when I was taking these trades, realizing that I was out of my mind, basically. And when you do that, it's extremely frustrating because it kind of puts you on a cycle of tilt where you have great mornings and then you spend all afternoon giving it back and then maybe a little bit more on top. So how do you solve that? Well, if you're a newer trader, you limit yourself, and you can limit yourself in a couple different ways. You can limit yourself by time or by a daily profit goal. If you're limiting yourself by time, you set certain hours that you're willing to allow yourself to trade. How do you find these hours that you want to trade? Well, you're looking in your journal and you're seeing where your most successful hours are. There's a few pieces of software out there where you can import your trades, and you can actually break down per hour, per half hour block, and see exactly where you're generating the most alpha in your trading. So that's where I'd start. Looking at where you're generating the most alpha in your trading, and limit yourself to only trading during those times. Try that for a month and see what happens to your P&L if you're having this issue. Now, if you don't want to limit the time that you're trading, that's okay. You can limit the dollar amount where you have a daily profit goal. And you can say, once I crest over this certain dollar amount, then I'm going to give myself either 1 or 2 more chances. And what does that mean? It means that if you have 1 losing trade or 2 losing trades, and they don't have to be consecutive, it can just be either 1 or 2 losing trades. If you have that, you're done for the day. Hopefully you didn't give back what you made, and hopefully you're not so tilted that you end up doing that, but that's where you want to be focused. So either a time amount where you're looking at what are your best hours of the day where you're generating the most alpha and keeping yourself within that box, or let's just say your profit goal on the day is $200. You have a losing trade and you lose, $40. All right, I'm done for the day. I'm going to lock it up with $160 in profit. Number of trades limit also can put pressure on finding the best setups. Yep, definitely. And this is why I say for newer traders, I'm against that for veteran traders, because if you're limiting yourself and you're kind of locking yourself into that box, you can miss really good setups. So let's say, for instance, that you're saying, I only want to trade the pre-market and then the first 20 minutes after the open. Well, then you're going to miss some setups after that, and that might cause you to be really tilted, right? So if you're a veteran trader, I would say that limiting yourself very rigidly is sometimes going to be a bad thing. But for newer traders, to get that confidence rolling, to get yourself in the right mindset, it's so important to have that self-confidence. That's one of the things that newer traders struggle with all the time. They're either too overly confident after a win, or they're not confident enough and they start to become, very timid in their trades. Trading is a contact sport. For the most part, unless you're very passive in your trading and maybe you're swing trading, you're taking 1 or 2 setups per week or per month or whatever your trading is. But for the most part, trading is a contact sport. If you try to go into trading very timidly and very rigidly, you're going to get run over. It's very much reactionary. It's quick reaction times. I mean, especially for momentum trading. But if you're getting your hands dirty and you're trying to scalp, or you're trying to have trades that last anywhere under an hour, generally you have to be pretty contactful in your trading. You have to be very alert. You can't be rigid. You have to be fluid. You have to move with the market. And so if you have very rigid rules, that can affect that. But for newer traders, just to build your confidence, set either a time goal where you're watching and tracking your stats and seeing that, from 8 a.m. until 10:30 a.m., that is my best time in the market. That's where I'm generating most of the alpha. When I look at my stats from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., that's where I'm giving it all back. You can look at that in your stats and you can find out, this is where I need improvement. This is where I need to change. And that's where I'm going to stop trading. You do that for a month or 2 months, you will be astounded at how much your confidence changes. And that confidence will allow you to grow outside of that box, from limiting yourself to those times of trading, because the next time that comes around, you're going to, let's say your best times are from 8 until 10:30 in the morning, market time, New York time. You're going to come into that market, and then that 11 a.m. hour is going to roll around, and you're going to look at that and you're going to say, well, these are garbage setups. I'm not even going to take that, even though you're not limiting yourself anymore. And that's the big difference. You have that confidence now. The lack of confidence in traders that I've seen, because I've been mentoring traders now for years, the lack of confidence that I see in traders and being timid in the market, it comes from losing and losing and losing. You lose your confidence from losing trades. The more winning trades you have, the more confidence you have. Now, I'm not talking about confidence inspired by euphoria. I'm talking about real, true confidence where you actually believe in yourself. The more confidence that you have in yourself, the more you believe in yourself, the easier trading becomes. Where do you think tilt comes from? Where do you think losing trades come from? For the most part, from most of the people that I've mentored, it comes from desperation. People who are desperate and they're sitting there and they're saying, I just need to get a winning trade. The market doesn't know this, of course, right? The market has no idea about this. And they look at the market and they say, well, I just got to take a trade here. I got to try to force this. And then you can ask them after that. You could say, well, what was your setup here? I don't know. I don't know what my setup was. And that's the thing. It's just truly desperation trading. And maybe some of you out there are doing this right now, but there's a way to make that stop. You track your trades, you find out the best times that you're trading, you find out what your average daily P&L is on your averagely good days, and you stay within that realm. The more you repeat that, the more confidence you will build and the less desperate you will feel to nail trades. The more desperation that you have trying, the worse your performance will be. You need to wake up every single day going into the markets thinking that you're going to destroy the markets and that you're going to do amazing in the markets. If you wake up every morning and you say, gosh, I hope I do well. I hope I do okay today. Yesterday was terrible. Boy, I hope I do anything better than yesterday, as long as I don't lose that much. You're going to get run over. And I see that a lot. I see a lot of traders who go into the market with a timid attitude where they don't believe in themselves, or they're maybe in a very big downswing in their P&L. Maybe they're just in this valley of despair with their trading. If anything, take a break. If you're deep in the depths right now of your trading, just take a break. Take a break, realign yourself, find that love for trading again. Come back and have confidence. Build confidence by staying within your realm where you know you can perform. Track your data and see exactly where you can find that alpha and focus on that. The more that you focus on that, the more you're going to build your confidence. The more confidence you have, the less desperation you're going to feel, okay? All right, we're coming up just about to the close here of when I'm going to be stopping my stream here. We did make $2,000 today on, well, it was 3 trades. We had 2 winners, 1 loser. And I think we could have went 100% win rate had we not had our stop just a little bit too tight here. You see this blue arrow is right where I stopped out right there. Could have been a little bit less rigid with our stop there, but that goes in my journal. I probably should have had my stop right above that 79, that 80 area, but that goes in my journal. Market is still pushing higher here on that news, so it seems that we did get the best of that short side scalp there. And I am happy that we laid off the markets here because it is just kind of grinding higher. And the range that we could have to scalp here is just not worth it. Tony says, how do you set total net profit in NinjaTrader? It's in the trade performance tab. So if you go to new and then you go to trade performance, and I just have it overlaid right there over my P&L on my stream. So yeah, you just go to trade performance. Any questions, folks, about anything I talked about on the stream here today? Anything I talked about, I'm happy to go over, or any questions you have as we're wrapping things up here. Anything about my trades as well, happy to go over that. If we're looking at our levels here, we did come up right to that topping level, 798.25, and we are kind of pulling back here. ABB says, just happy to hear your voice. Michael asked, do you use any indicators? So the only indicator I have on my chart here on NinjaTrader is the hourly high and hourly low. That's it. That's all I have on my NinjaTrader chart. If we're looking at my E-signal over here, I just use my levels. I draw anything that I'm going to draw that I'm going to be trading around. In this case, we had 2 order blocks here, bearish order block, bullish order block. And then this dotted line right here is the VWAP. The only other indicator that I could ever recommend, well, there's a couple, but for newer traders, if you're just starting out, keep your charts as clean as possible. The more indicators that you have on, the more things that you're going to be watching, you're going to be distracted. It's going to be a lot more difficult to trade. So try to keep your charts as clean as possible. But if you must, you can have the EMAs. Have the 200 EMA, the 50 EMA, maybe the 9, because those things do work. The trades do kind of bounce around those areas. And then for more advanced, you could have RSI as part of your trading. And that's another thing we're going to go into in a webinar here. But I just honestly, I think keeping your charts clean is a lot better. I'm guilty of it when I was first started trading years and years ago. I've been doing this for a decade now, but my charts were so bad with so many indicators, I could barely even see where the price currently was of the instrument that I was trading. And that's very common for newer traders out there. You'll see that very often where you'll have so many indicators on your chart, you can't even see what's going on with the price action. So try to keep your charts clean. Like I said, on NinjaTrader, I just have this one right here, which is an hourly high and hourly low. So it allows me to track that in the moment. That's important to me in the moment. Gives me a lot of information that I'm looking for, at least in the moment there. But yeah, try to keep your charts clean there, Michael. And welcome, you're new here. Welcome. Thanks for stopping by. All right, folks. Well, I'm going to be wrapping it up here. It doesn't look like there's any other questions. As I'm on my way out, please do me a favor and go ahead and smash that like button if you enjoy what we're doing here to let the YouTube algorithm know that you are enjoying the stream here and enjoying what we're doing here. And do make sure that you are subscribed with your notifications turned on, because we do go live here, and there will be a time in the future where I go live midday. So you want to be alerted of when that's happening, okay? All right, folks, locking it up. We're up $2,000 for our morning here off of two very beautiful trades there. And I will see you guys. I will be on Top Step TV today at noon. So if you want to stop by there, make sure you stop by and say hi. And we'll be back here tomorrow on this channel on YouTube at 8 a.m. for the Thursday trade, where we have jobless claims. That's going to be a lot of fun to trade with you folks. And hopefully we can keep our green streak rolling here. All right, folks. I will be streaming Bookmap throughout the day, as I always do. It's going to look just like this if you want to have that up in a second monitor. And yeah, locking it up here. And I will see you guys tomorrow at 8 a.m. sharp. All right, take care. Have a great trading day and good luck, everybody.